I'm here with Simba and a large tub with water and 2 RoboFish. Let's see what the cats think about these RoboFish.
Stella, Splash, Simba, Hydrox, Ditto, and Boo. The Lucky Ferals.
So I got these RoboFish on Prime Day, and they were a Prime Day deal. And I thought the cats might like playing with them, specifically Simba, because he likes fish and he likes to play with things with water. So Splash might like them also. Let's open these and let's check them out. This is what they look like. And it looks like they're both pink. One was supposed to be pink and one was supposed to be orange. One has a pink tail, one has a yellow tail. And they look a lot like a real goldfish. It says they're water activated and it swims like a real fish. And on the back, it says loaded with 2 batteries, dives up to 6 feet, swims in 5 different directions. So here's 2. I bought 4 of them. I figured 1 for each cat, but 2 is probably all I really needed. And these other 2 are the same. This color was like half price, so that's why I got them. They did have other colors, but they were considerably more money on Prime Day. So since I did not even know if the cats are gonna like these or not, I figured let me just go with the cheap ones. If they end up loving them, I could always get other colors, but I don't think the colors are gonna really matter. I think it's more of the movement of the fish. And this is a vinyl tablecloth that I have on the floor underneath the tub of water. Isn't it cute? It has all different cats on it. This one reminds me of Hydrox, and this one looks like Stella. This one over here reminds me of Simba. I got this at the Christmas tree shops. When you see cute things there, you always have to buy them because then they sell out of them and they never have them anymore. So this was one of their summer items. So let's open up this fish and let's take a look at it. Here's Simba. He's waiting very patiently for the fish. Splash liked playing with water toys when they were outside also. How you doing, Splash? You checking it out? Check this out. It says it changes color in water. I did not know that. So maybe that's why one of them is not orange. Maybe the one with the yellow tail is going to turn orange in water. Instructions. Your fish will automatically activate in water. To turn on your fish, simply place it in the water. To turn off your fish or play with it outside the tank, take it out of the water and dry it with a soft, clean cloth. Please note, your fish will dive deep into the tank and swim along the bottom just like the real fish. Remove your fish after playing. And then there's a power save mode. Color change will be activated when your fish is placed in cold water. Once removed from the water, it will return to its original color. So here's the fish. Simba's checking it out. Okay, Simba, ready? I'm gonna put it in the water for you. Ready? Move over a little bit. Move over so people could see you. Ready? Okay, here we go, Simba. that fish looks a little lonely, so I'm gonna open up this one and we'll see if this one changes color. That one pretty much stayed the same. It's still pink. Here's the other one. I'm gonna put it in the water. The pink one has stopped, so maybe it will reactivate when I put the other one in. Boo's here with me. So it's a little bit more orange, but maybe the water's not cold enough. So it looks like the cats just want to watch from a distance. Get the fish, Simba. Simba, get the fish. Wanna check them out, Simba? You gonna eat it? The cats don't like getting splashed. So they run for 4 minutes and then they shut themselves off. Simba will go fishing if a real fish is involved. In this case, he's getting dried minnows. Simba, there's one more in there. Simba, there's one more in there. You gonna get it? Stop working. What's going on, Simba? They're meowing like crazy. Oh my gosh. Do you hear this?
Stella, Splash, Simba, Hydrox, Ditto, and Boo. The Lucky Ferals.
These are some lobster tails that I had purchased for Ditto when Ditto was here. He loved fresh seafood. I made him scallops and shrimp all the time. Those were some of the only foods he could eat during the last few months of his life. And one of the foods he really enjoyed were lobster tails, but they're really expensive. They were on sale around Valentine's Day. They were half price, and that's when I first gave him some to see if he liked them, and he really enjoyed them. So I bought more when they were on sale, and then I got these when they were not on sale. This was $40 for 4 lobster tails. So each lobster tail is like $10. And I've had these in the freezer downstairs, and I thought I would take them out and defrost them because we are going to be celebrating Boo and Stella's birthday. Boo and Stella are turning 7 years old this month. I don't know exactly when they were born, but it's just an estimate based on how old they were when Stella showed up with the kittens. So she showed up with the kittens in May of 2016. Splash and Simba were born sometime around the end of April or early May of 2016. And at the time, Stella was probably a year old, maybe not even a year old. So that's why I just estimate her birthday maybe around June, and Boo and her were always together, and they seemed to be the same age. I used to think they were like brother and sister when I saw them like in January and February before I even started taking videos of the cats. I would always see Stella and Boo together. I never saw one without the other, and I honestly thought they were brother and sister, so that's why I just estimate them to be the same age. So we're celebrating Boo's birthday and Stella's birthday. Splash and Simba turned 6 the end of April, early May, so that means Boo and Stella are turning 7 in the middle of June, just around the middle of June. I don't really have a set day that I celebrate for them. We just kind of celebrate over several days. So I thought we would celebrate today with some lobster tails, and I'm gonna cook these for the cats, and I'm gonna cook these in my Hot Logic. And that's how I used to cook seafood for Ditto. If I had time to prepare in advance, I'd put the seafood in the Hot Logic because it does a really nice job on fish. And if I didn't have time to prepare in advance, like if I needed him to get fed pretty quickly, then I would break out a steamer and then I would steam the seafood and it would be done in like 20 minutes. So what I'm gonna do now is open these up and put them in my Hot Logic. So this is all I have to do with them. I just put them in the Pyrex and then I put the lids on. And this is my Hot Logic. This is like a casserole size Hot Logic. And what it is, it's basically like a cooler that has a hot plate in it. And this hot plate cooks at 165 degrees. So it doesn't cook hot enough to dry out the food or burn it or anything. And what I really like about this is that it's really flexible and convenient. So if I put the lobster tails in here now, they'll probably be done in about 2 hours. But if I can't get to them in 2 hours, and if I get to them in 3 hours, they're still fine. So there's 1 and 2 of these containers fit perfectly on here. If I had a larger, I think it's like 9 by 12 pan, that's what really fits in here, but 2 of the smaller ones fit well also. For Ditto, I would just make 1 of these because he was the only one eating. So like 2 lobster tails would last several days for him. Because he would not get them as like his only meal. He would get them as like part of a meal. And that's what the cats are going to get today. They're just going to get maybe half a lobster tail each as part of a meal. But I figured, let me just make them all together. And so, yeah. So all I need to do now is put the top on and zip it up. And after I zip these up, that's it. I just put it aside. It's plugged in and come back to this in a little while. And the lobster tails should be nicely cooked. This is what the lobster tails look like after 3 hours in the Hot Logic. I am going to say that they're done. They've turned a nice red color. So I'm going to take them out and I'm going to cut these in half and get the meat out and make sure they're done before feeding them to the cats. So here's what the lobster meat looks like. Here's the lobster tail. I usually just cut it down the center and then I have the 2 halves and just take the meat out of each side. And then there's the lobster meat. Some of it had like the poop chute attached to it, so I rinsed off some of it to clean it a bit, but I did taste it and it is delicious. It tastes so much better than any lobster you can get in a restaurant. I've never had lobster as good as the lobster tails that I've made over the past few months, especially when Ditto was here. The lobster tails are absolutely delicious, and this one is no exception. This one is delicious. I only had a small little piece of it, but it was really, really good. So now I'm gonna cut up the other one, take the meat out, and I think that should be more than enough for the cats today. Simba, you wanna smell the lobster tail? Wanna smell it? You guys wanna smell the lobster tail? I don't add anything to it before I cook it. You think you're gonna like it? Tasting it? You want to taste this side? I don't know if you should eat that, Simba. Okay. You could lick it. Lick it, don't eat it. Okay. Here's the lobster tail meat after I shredded it up for the cats. I ate a few pieces also, but I think this is plenty for them. It might even be a little bit too much, so I don't know how much I'm gonna give to them. They're gonna have some canned fish, and then they're gonna have a little bit of this on top. So this is what the cats are having for dinner. They're each having a quarter of a can of the Earthborn Holistic Harbor Harvest, and they're having a little bit of the shredded lobster on top. We'll see if the cats like it. They're meowing like crazy. Oh my gosh. Do you hear this? You guys want to eat some food? You hungry? You hungry, Simba? Ready to eat? You hungry, Boo? Stella's rubbing up against my legs. Okay, here we go, guys. Everybody grab a plate. Happy birthday, Boo. Happy birthday, Stella. So Simba has dived into the food. Boo's eating the food. Happy birthday, Stella. Eat the food. I don't know if Splash is going to eat it because he's afraid of new things. Simba already ate all of his lobster. Nope. Nope, you're not eating Boo's. Eat your food, Boo. Here's Stella. Stella's eating her food. The noise in the background is the washing machine. Is Stella eating her lobster? Maybe she's eating the lobster. We'll see. We know Simba likes it. And here he is stealing Splash's. It looks like he pretty much stole all of Splash's lobster already. Nope, we know Simba's the fish eater. I don't want to give them too much because I don't want him to get sick from eating too fast or too much. That's it, Simba. I'm going to save the rest for later, like crunchy time. They could have a little bit more, or I might put it in the refrigerator and maybe they'll have it with their breakfast. Here's Boo, he's eating his food. And here's Stella, and look, she's eating the lobster. Usually Stella's not a fan of fish, but it looks like she likes this. Happy birthday, Stella. You're 7 years old. Happy 7th birthday. Look at this. Look at this. Simba's just ready to pounce on Boo's food. Happy birthday, Boo. Happy birthday, Boo. I hope you like the lobster. You're 7 years old. It's a special treat for you. Boo's eating it. Well, I'm glad the cats like it because that's a lot of money to waste if they didn't like it. Simba, you got your regular food. You can eat that, you know, right? Right, Simba? So the lobster meat was a bit salty, like when I tasted it. To me, it was definitely on the salty side. That's why I don't want to give them too much at once. Also because it's a brand new food for them. They've never had it. Oh, there's an ant. Simba just ate a crumb off the floor. It was a lobster crumb. Simba just steals what he wants. So Simba went back to his plate of food. Splash finished his food. Boo is now eating Stella's food. And there's Simba. Simba saw his opportunity to eat whatever piece of lobster was left on Boo's plate. So it looks like Simba had the most enjoyment out of this meal. So next year, maybe for Simba and Splash's birthday, they could have some lobster tail. This is not going to be a frequent occurrence for the cats. maybe once or twice a year.
Stella, Splash, Simba, Hydrox, Ditto, and Boo. The Lucky Ferals.
It is 5 p.m. I just got back from running some errands, and Splash was laying on the bed with Simba. So I started petting him, and I noticed that he had quite a bit of loose hair coming off in my hand. So I got the brush, and he's been letting me brush him. This is the first time ever that he's let me brush him while he's laying on the bed. And this is the longest that I've ever been able to brush him. Brushing him very gently. So this is very big progress for Splash. Very, very big progress. The window's open. Stella's on top of the cat tower by the window. And there's some kids playing outside. So when I got home, I parked my car in front of my house, and I got out of the car and I noticed there was a dog by the woods. And there did not seem to be any owner with the dog. Like, there was no one with the dog. It was just by himself. And it was a pretty big dog. And it looked like a pit bull. It looked like a brown and black pit bull. So I didn't need any trouble with it because it saw me and then it like stopped. And you know, I don't need it. I don't need some stray dog, you know, running up to me to potentially attack me or anything. Maybe I've been watching too many videos online of dogs doing that. So I got back in my car and I drove past it, and it kind of walked into the woods a bit. And it was just like sitting in the woods. Okay, Splash told me he had enough. I got all that fur off of Splash. So when I came back, instead of parking in front of my house on the street, I pulled into the driveway and I unloaded the car. And I don't know if the dog is still out there. I don't think it belongs to any of the nearby neighbors because I've never seen it before. I've never seen anyone walking this dog before. And no one was with it. It was just like by himself. So I think maybe it got loose. It got out of someone's yard, and it's just having a good time right now. Guys, this is the first turtle that I've seen near the woods. So I was inside my house and I saw 2 cars stop and 2 people get out, and I was like, what is going on? So it seems that this turtle was crossing the street, and they lifted it out of the street and they put it on the grass, and here it is. I don't know where it came from. So I took a walk this morning and did not see any turtles. And the only reason I saw it now was because I saw 2 cars stop and people get out. Other than that, I wouldn't have seen it. So I don't know if someone dumped it. I don't know if it belongs in the water here because we're not that far from the creek right now. So I don't know if I should just leave it here or what. Okay, it just hid in the shell. It's hiding in its shell, so I'm not going to disturb it. It was walking. So if I go away, it's probably going to continue walking. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't an injured animal. When I saw them pick something up, I was like, I hope that's not like an injured animal. So I'm hoping the turtle's not injured. I'm checking on the turtle because I'm kind of curious to see what happened to it, and it's not here anymore. So it obviously crawled somewhere, and I don't see it. I see some garbage, some trash. I'm not gonna crawl through all the, there's like a pile of branches and debris here, and I'm not going to crawl into the bushes or anything. So I'm just going to look along the edge, and I don't see it anywhere. So hopefully it found a nice home, or it went back to its home. I don't see it anywhere. It's 8:30 p.m. I just came inside and Boo is by the back door, and I saw his posture and I was like, okay, he sees something. What is Boo looking at?
Stella, Splash, Simba, Hydrox, Ditto, and Boo. The Lucky Ferals.
This is what he's looking at. It's the tabby cat with the white paws. It's looking kind of thin. It's 3:15 p.m. and look at what's going on here. Look at this. Boo and Splash are laying next to each other on the bed. I've never seen these two lay this close together before, ever. Like, this is a brand new thing. So Boo has spent a whole lot of time with me since I got back from my overnight trip. So what Boo does is he misses me so much when I'm away. And then when I come back, like, he's so happy. The minute I sit down on the sofa in the living room, he comes running from wherever he is and he jumps on top of me. Like, and then he has to lay on me, and he just wants to just lay there or sit there and cuddle with me until, until he's tired of it. But usually he just wants to hang out with me for quite some time. So that's Boo's thing. And then last night he had to sleep on the bed. He was like so comfortable. He didn't even want to get up this morning. He's just so happy when I'm home. And here's Stella. And what Stella did this morning was she somehow knows when I'm awake, even if I'm not out of bed. Like, if I'm just consciously awake and not asleep, she knows that I'm awake, and she'll jump on the bed and she wants pets. And this morning she got like 20 to 30 minutes worth of pets. Like, she just wants me to pet her and pet her and pet her and pet her. And then later, when I got out of the shower, I sat down on the bed to check some emails, and she right away jumped up on the bed and laid down on my legs, and she was so happy. She was like rolling around on my legs. So I didn't want to move right away. So, like, thinking, okay, I'll just let her enjoy herself. Well, she ended up falling asleep on my legs. Like, she was so happy. So I ended up just sitting on the bed for another half hour. I was like, okay, just gonna let her be happy for a while. And so that's what happened this morning. My entire day is kind of backwards, and we're just really behind schedule, but the cats are happy. Don't they look comfortable? Look how comfortable Boo looks. It's really hot today, and it is 4th of July weekend, so I have all the windows closed and I have the air conditioning on. And we're probably gonna keep it that way throughout the weekend, especially if there's a lot of fireworks being blown off and firecrackers. Last night there was a lot of activity outside, so I had to make sure that all the windows were shut, and I put the TV on and just made a lot of noise inside the house to try to distract the cats from what's going on outside, because it gets them really nervous when they hear like loud bangs and booms and firecrackers and fireworks and that kind of stuff. And there's Splash. He looks very comfortable too. And what I'm thinking is maybe I'll give them each a few drops of CBD oil, because that's been known to relax cats. Not now, of course, maybe maybe a little bit with their dinner, or maybe a little bit with the snack after dinner. Anyway, they're enjoying themselves, taking an afternoon nap, and I'm going to go try to get more stuff done. Here's Simba. Simba's in the cat tower over here. I'm trying to get a compilation put together because I haven't posted one in quite some time. But it takes time to do that. So I've been sitting at the table here working on some videos. And Simba was keeping me company for a while. Then he decided he needed to take a nap also. It's 4 p.m. now. Look at what's going on here. Boo's resting his head on Splash's butt. Well, he was. Stella's still relaxing over here. And Boo's gonna continue with his nap. If I walk any closer to the bed, then Boo's gonna want to get pets and Splash is gonna want to run and hide under the bed probably, so I'm just gonna leave them here. I'm shocked. Maybe Splash will become a papa's boy. You know, Splash is a mama's boy. He loves like snuggling up to Stella. Maybe he'll start doing that to Boo. Can you imagine? Can you imagine Boo and Splash getting all cozy together? That would be crazy. That would be something totally new for the cats. Boo is so happy. And Splash looks happy too. And Stella's happy. 3 happy, relaxed cats. And here's Simba. Simba's happy. It's now 4:25 p.m. I was just brushing Splash because he really needs to be brushed. He doesn't like being brushed every day like the other cats do. So I was petting him and he was shedding quite a bit and he's coughing like he has a hairball. So I got the brush and he was letting me brush him. The minute Simba heard the brush, Simba came to join the other cats on the bed. As you can see, Simba wants to be brushed. But I will continue brushing Splash. And then what's going to happen is he'll usually have enough and he'll jump off the bed and go underneath it because that's just what he does. And then Simba's going to want to be brushed. Boo's waiting also. All right, this is a first. Good job, Splashy. Good job, you look handsome. You look so handsome, Splash. When I brush Splash, I make sure that I'm doing it very gentle. Good job, Splash. Good job. You did good. Okay, you want it now? Let me take that out. Okay, you ready, Bo? Boo's gonna leave the bed. He'll run into the living room. Well, usually that's what he does. When I start, if I start to brush Boo here, he'll usually get so excited he'll run into the living room because that's where his arches are. And he likes to rub up against his arches while he gets brushed. Maybe today he'll be more relaxed. Meanwhile, over here, how you doing, Boo? I have to be careful when he moves his head like that. See? Yeah, see? Okay, Simba, you're next. You're next. And sometimes when I brush Simba's belly, if he's not in the mood or if I'm brushing it for too long, then he'll attack the brush. Okay, you're telling me to put it on your head? Okay. Good. Let's move this way, Simba. We'll move over here. Move this over. Okay. Good. Stella has gotten up. She said she's next in line. Do you think Simba likes being brushed? Okay. He wants me to brush his head. Brush your head. Okay. Fluffy belly. Simba has the fluffiest belly. The fluffiest belly. Okay. Okay. Good job. Good job. Okay. You look handsome, Simba. Okay, now let's do Stella. Let's do Stella. Okay, Stella, you ready? Stella's on the very edge of the bed. Don't fall off, Stella. Don't fall off, Stella. You look very pretty, Stella. You look very pretty, Stella. Pretty. Pretty girl. Look at Simba. Okay, Stella. You want to flip and do the other side? Want to flip over and do the other side? Nope. She's just happy where she is. It's 9 a.m. and the past few days I've been cleaning the house and rearranging some furniture and stuff. And I've been rearranging this room a little bit. I took a piece of furniture out of it and I've been moving around some stuff that's in it and just changing the usability of it. Because I wasn't really able to use the desk where I had it with this litter box under it. So this houses a litter box. So what I did was I put this back where it used to be. It used to be here in the corner. And on top of it, I used to have like all the live streaming stuff because it was hooked up to the cameras outside. But I don't have that anymore. And what I realized is that these grass mats that I had in the living room on the play rug, they fit perfectly on top of this piece of litter box furniture. And Stella was hanging out on here and Simba was on there yesterday. So the cats like it. They like lounging on there. And I was going to show you Stella. That's why I turned the camera on. But she decided she wanted to go somewhere else. Meanwhile, here's Simba. The cats really like having this grass on top of these shelves near the window, so I left it. There used to be cat towers here, and I was thinking of bringing them back. But But as you can see, the cats really like to lay here. And Simba has his head next to the screen so he could smell the air. Last night it cooled down a bit, so I shut off the AC and I opened some windows a little bit. But what happened was around 4:30 in the morning, I was woken up by the sound of chattering raccoons. And I was like, where is that coming from? And then I remembered that yesterday I was eating some fruit. I was eating some plums. And one of the plums that I cut into, it was like overripe and it was just not going to be enjoyable to eat. So I said, you know, I'm going to cut this in pieces. I'm going to put it out for the birds or the squirrels or whoever wants it. And then later in the day, I was eating some peanuts, you know, the kind in a shell. So I said, let me put a handful of these out for the birds also. And well, it ends up the birds and the squirrels didn't eat any of it, but the raccoons came and they ate it and they were so happy. That's why they were chattering so much. So what happened was I had to come and look to see what was going on. And that's when I noticed what the raccoons were doing. At the time, Boo was here. At 4:30 in the morning, Boo was looking out this window. And I didn't want it open too much, so I only opened it a few inches for him so he could smell what was going on. But the cats like to smell the air. And I moved this cat tower over here. This cat tower was in the corner, and I moved it here. And I think the cats actually really like it here because it's right in front of the window. They've been on it quite a few times already. Oh, and here's Boo. He wants to smell what's going on also. How do you smell, Boo? Good morning, Boo. Boo said he was up all night doing his job. He says, I didn't wake up from the sound of the chattering raccoons. He woke me up because that's his job, is to send me telepathic images and thoughts when he sees something weird going on in the yard. So he said he woke me up telepathically because he was doing his job. Good job, Boo. It's 2:15 p.m. Boo's been laying by the window. And from the window, you can see the statue of Hydrox and Ditto in the cat shelter in the doghouse down there. I don't know if the camera's focusing because this camera doesn't focus very well through screens. But I think Boo likes to, just keep an eye on that. So what's been happening is, because it's new, the statue has only been there a couple days right now. Every time I go outside or look out this window, I kind of, I'm a little bit surprised because I think there are cats in there. Like, it's weird how just by putting a little statue in there, every time I see it, like, it makes me jump a little bit. It's like, oh, there's a cat in there. But it's just the statue of Hydrox and Ditto. Maybe they're there in spirit. Maybe they're hanging out in there in spirit. So this morning when I went outside, I noticed the statue had moved a little bit. I think it's probably because of the raccoons. I'll have to check the security camera footage to see if anything was caught on the security camera. There's Boo. Boo says hello, everybody. And I'm very happy to report that the cats are using this cat tower here to jump up here. I've seen them multiple times go from here to here and then back down like Boo just did. So I'm really happy about that. They seem to be doing it more with the tower here than with the tower over there. So right now the cats seem to really like this setup. And I moved the day sofa over here. I actually have both sides of it down. So that side is down, that side is down. There's a pillow there. And then over here, I have the tray table that I used to use with Ditto. I used to sit on the day sofa and then work on my laptop. And this goes higher, and I had it higher so Ditto would lay in my lap and I could work on my laptop so I could multitask there. Then that's just another tray table. I just put it there for now just because I was rearranging the room, and I thought, okay, well, just for now, out of the way, I'll just put it there. And then I have more pillows that I want to put on the day sofa because it's longer now that both sides are down. I have so many pillows in the closet, but I just haven't taken them out. One of my projects is to organize the closet. It's just full of stuff. But Boo's been enjoying the day sofa here. The cats like it, and I have spent some time relaxing on it, right, Boo? Boo says he's very happy. And there's one of the stuffed plushie cats that I used to have in here when Ditto was here. So this kind of works like one of those, you know, the pillows that go around your neck, like a travel pillow that goes around your neck. So sometimes when I would be sitting on the day sofa and Ditto would be on my lap, like if he fell asleep on my lap and I didn't want to get up and disturb him, I'd use that as like one of those neck pillows so I could kind of take a nap sleeping up myself. Because a lot of the times it would be like 1 o'clock in the morning when that would happen. So I've kept it in the room. It stayed nice and clean, and so Boo seems to like it. Here's Boo. He wants to let you know that he's very happy. And so right here where Boo is now, he's actually getting a breeze from the air conditioner because the air conditioning vent is right here. And even where I'm standing, I'm getting a nice cool breeze. So Boo's enjoying that. And then here is Stella's Kitty City Royal little castle. And I moved it here, and Simba was actually using this the other day. So I don't know if it's going to stay here for now. It's here again. I'm just trying to rearrange things to make my space in this house more usable than it has been. Another thing Boo has been doing is hanging out up here and watching for cats that walk across the patio. And he's doing his job. And then I moved the little desk over to this wall. I kept the plants on it. And I just wanted it to be more usable for me. Now there's no litter box underneath it, so I could actually use it. This is like a storage ottoman, but it doubles as a chair for the desk. It works great. I have all my solar power banks in the corner, and they're currently being charged. If you hear a noise in the background, they're being charged by the solar panels right now. And I thought it'd be good to have the desk next to the solar panels so I could utilize some of the free electricity. So my iPad is charging right now, and I can use my laptops off of the solar generators if need be. And then I have a whole bunch of old albums here that I am also starting to digitize. I have so many albums. I have such a large vinyl collection. I have probably thousands downstairs. I have like massive shelves in the back room. So I moved this little vintage, there are doors that go on this. I took the doors off for easy access to the vinyl. It's like a little vintage piece of furniture to store vinyl. Then you'd put like your stereo on top of it. So this is a modern Insignia Bluetooth stereo. On top of that, I have a VCR because I'm also digitizing some old VHS tapes. And then on top of that, I have a portable vinyl turntable, and I have that hooked up to my laptop. And I've just been digitizing some of the vinyl albums that I have so I can get rid of some and just free up more room in this house. I think it looks pretty comfy and cozy with the plants and everything. And it's really nice to sit here and get some work done. And I'm hoping it stays that way. It's 3 p.m. We were supposed to get rain today, and we haven't gotten any. Instead, it's beautiful and sunny. I thought I would show you the memorial statue that I got for Hydrox and Ditto. It's here in this doghouse shelter. I posted a short video about it the other day, and I just realized I didn't film anything for the vlog. So this is what it looks like. And when I saw it in a store, I thought it was really cute, and it reminded me of Hydrox and Ditto, because Ditto always used to rub up against Hydrox, and they used to kiss each other, so I thought it was appropriate for them. This used to be the shelter that housed the automatic feeder, and then the shelter that was here in this location, Grandma and Grandpa have that now, and Marty has been using that feral cat shelter. So I thought, let me just put it here inside this shelter because we're supposed to get some storms, which we did not get, and keep it safe. But everyone seems to like it here, and I actually kind of like it here. So for now, that's where it's staying. It's 9 p.m. and my idiot neighbors about 2 or 3 houses down are blowing off like the biggest fireworks. All of the cats are just completely freaked out right now. It was so nice. They were so calm. And now because it was so loud, they're all like incredibly nervous. It's about 9:10 p.m. right now. I have 3 cats hiding under the bed because of the fireworks that are being blown off by my neighbors. Looks like it's 2 houses down. Boo's the only one not hiding under the bed. He's in his office doing his job, looking out the window over there. It actually looks like there might be 2 different houses blowing fireworks off right now. One looks like it might be around the corner. So these aren't too bad. They're not that loud, but the other neighbor had the really loud ones. These are horrible. That's what really scared the cats before, was something like that. That's just like pretty much almost right above the house. It's about 11 a.m. I just looked out my back door and I saw this. It's a groundhog eating some of the bird seed.
Stella, Splash, Simba, Hydrox, Ditto, and Boo. The Lucky Ferals.
So I have this cute little new bird feeder. I got it at HomeSense the other day. And this morning, I noticed it was completely empty and there were absolutely no remnants of bird seed on the patio. And I thought that was weird. I was like, usually they leave the shells of the sunflower seeds or something. So I refilled the little bird feeder with 2 cups of bird seed, and then I put a handful of peanuts on top. And then I just looked out the door now, and it looks like this groundhog has been enjoying himself. I'm sorry for the noise in the background. I'm heating up some water to make a cup of tea. So the groundhog is not alone. He's actually there with a few birds. Maybe the birds are waiting for him to finish, or maybe it's a her. I don't know if it's a male or a female groundhog. But I've never seen a groundhog come out on the patio and eat like this before. Maybe it's a female. Maybe it's a mama groundhog. Maybe it's a young one. I don't know. Where's Boo? How come Boo didn't do his job and let me know about this? Boo! Boo, there's a groundhog on the patio. There's a groundhog on the patio and you're sleeping? You're taking a nap? You didn't let me know about it, Boo. Boo. Boo, you didn't let me know about the groundhog. I just brought Boo to work. There you go, Boo. What is that, Boo? That's a groundhog. You watching it? So Boo has learned that he can leap from the shelf next to the room all the way to this day sofa. Boo says there's nothing wrong with the groundhog on the patio, that I'm supposed to be alerted to anything strange or new or different, and Boo says that groundhog's around a lot and there's nothing strange or new or different about it. So Boo says he's still doing his job. Look at this groundhog. I think it thinks this little bird feeder is like a raised feeder. You know how you can buy a raised feeder for cats or dogs? Yeah, look at that. It's like perfect. I have to go out and buy some more bird seed soon. I'm running low. I'm near the end of what I have. I bought the wild bird seed that came with fruit and nuts, so it has like dried fruit and nuts in it. It was kind of costly, but I figured the birds would like it. And the cats like watching the birds, so it's like free entertainment for the cats. So when I was filling up this feeder this morning, I remember thinking that I need to find my GoPro, because if I put my GoPro out, I could probably film the birds or the squirrels for the cats to watch. And I had no idea that I could film a groundhog. I don't want to scare the groundhog away, because I'm thinking maybe it's the groundhog that did a really good job of cleaning the patio. Because when the birds and the squirrels eat, they do leave a bit of a mess from the bird seed. If the groundhog's going to eat up the mess, then that's a good thing. Look at this, here comes a squirrel. The squirrel and the groundhog are like the same color. Their fur. That groundhog is sitting down, just enjoying itself. And there's a squirrel on the other side of the geranium. Do squirrels and groundhogs get along? So yesterday I put out a big handful of peanuts on this little feeder. And I don't know if that's the squirrel that came and got them all, but there was one squirrel that came and just took all the peanuts away. Just grabbed it one by one and kept taking them off somewhere. Maybe the squirrel buried them. There's a bird. I wonder if this groundhog is going to make this an everyday occurrence. What do groundhogs eat? I don't even know what groundhogs eat. So when I used to put out the party platter for wildlife at night, we never got any groundhogs coming by to eat anything. I guess they're just not out at night. There's the squirrel digging around. Yeah, this groundhog is having a very good meal. I wonder where it lives. Maybe it lives in the woods. So the other day, I was looking out the front window, or one of the front windows, and I saw a groundhog come out of the woods and run full speed across the street into my yard and along the side of my house to the backyard. I don't know where it went, because by the time I, moved to the backyard to look outside, it had disappeared. But that was the first time I saw that. It literally came running out of the woods, full steam ahead, across the street, through my yard, and into the backyard somewhere. But it appeared to be bigger than this groundhog. I don't know if this is a young one. Yeah, this groundhog's chowing down. I'm here with Stella and Boo. How you doing, Boo? And it is mail time. Let's see what the cat's got.
Stella, Splash, Simba, Hydrox, Ditto, and Boo. The Lucky Ferals.
The cat's got an envelope. It says Stella, Splash, Lady Feral, Boo, Simba, Grandma, and Pa. Oh, look at the cute cat. Isn't that an adorable little kitten? Holding a little pansy. That's so cute. So fluffy. Ooh, thank you very much. This is a Petco gift card and also a PetSmart gift card. Thank you so much. This says, Dear Lady Feral, Simba, Splash, Stella, Boo, and Grandma and Grandpa Feral, sending a few warm fuzzies your way today. I am always impressed by the ways that you take care of your kitties. You put them under observation when anyone has tummy troubles. If someone's behavior is different, you notice and try to help them. Enclosed is a little help. Gas isn't getting any cheaper, so thought some assist with pet expenses could be appreciated. I would wish that I would be reincarnated as a cat in your care. Hugs for all, Larry and Carol. Thank you so much, Larry and Carol, for these gift cards. Yes, the help is very much appreciated. I'm actually going out to do the monthly cat shopping either today or tomorrow, so this is perfect timing. I need to buy a month's supply of cat litter. I need to buy Boo's favorite freeze-dried treats, some canned food, maybe a few other things. So these will definitely be put to very good use. Thank you so much for thinking of us. Thank you for watching the videos, and I'm very happy that you enjoy them. Here's Boo. He likes to get his back scratched. See what he does? He puts his butt in the air. Boo, you're so shiny. You're so shiny, Boo. Look at Stella. She loves to lay on that toy. The cats like to lay on that toy better than actually play with it. Right, Stella? All right, let's open this and see what's inside. Ooh, we got a Petco gift card. That's awesome. And this says, enjoy your gift from Charles Cook. Thank you so much, Charles, for your generous gift. That Petco gift card will be put to very good use on cat supplies this month. And here we have a box. Let's see what's in here. It kind of feels like some canned food, but I could be wrong. What'd you get, Stella? Ooh, check it out. Check this out, Stella. Look. The cat's got a whole bunch of churros. This is awesome. This says they are the tuna varieties. I don't think I've ever seen a tub of only tuna varieties before. So they are tuna recipe, tuna with chicken, tuna with scallop, and tuna with salmon. That is very, very cool. Thank you so much. And here's a case of the Wellness Chicken and Herring Dinner. It's the pate, and this is one of Boo's favorite foods. And actually, I don't think the other cats have even tried it yet. So these small cans are really good because what I do with the small cans is the cats get crunchies at night, and I've been trying to cut back on the crunchies and give them other things along with the crunchies. So in the past, the cats might have got like 2 tablespoons of crunchies or 3 tablespoons of crunchies. What I've been doing now is like taking one of these cans, splitting them 4 ways, so the cats get like a quarter of one of these small cans. Then they might get like half a squeeze up each, and then they'll get like 1 tablespoon of crunchies. And they really like that. They seem to really like the variety. And when I add up all of those calories, it's actually less calories than them eating just a whole bunch of crunchies. So thank you so much. These are definitely be put to good use. And this says, enjoy your gift from Charles Cook. Thank you so much, Charles, for these goodies for the cats. They're really going to enjoy them. And I really like to have churros on hand at all times for whenever the cats have an upset stomach. So over the past week, there's been a hairball and there's been 2 vomits. Boo and Simba both had an upset stomach on the same day. I don't know what it was. I think it was one of those freak things where they just ate too much or too fast. And after they have tummy troubles, I usually always give them a churro just to make sure that they still have an appetite, because if they don't have an appetite for a churro, then I know it's more serious than, you know, them eating too fast or too much or something like that. So that's why I always like to have the churros on hand. And this canned food is going to be great for Boo when I forget to defrost the raw food, and also for the cats for snacks. So thank you guys so much. It's about 2 p.m. I just came downstairs to do another load of laundry, and I saw this. Simba is laying in the round cat bed. Or the back end of Simba is laying in the round cat bed. The front end of Simba is laying on the floor. I don't know how that's comfortable. So yesterday I did my monthly cat shopping. I thought we could take a look at what I got. So I got 60 pounds of cat litter. These are 3 20-pound boxes. On the left, we have the Dr. Elsey's Respiratory Relief. That has some stress-reducing herbal essences in it. It's pretty much the same as the 2 on the right, which is the Dr. Elsey's Ultra. Dust-free, low-tracking, hard-clumping, natural clay cat litter. I found that of all the cat litters I've tried so far, this is the cat litter that the cats like the best. It's also the least messy with regards to residue on their paws, on their face, around the cat litter box. The Respiratory Relief is $4 or $5 more than the other 2. I tend to like the Respiratory Relief the best, although I don't know if the cats notice a difference, and the Ultra is cheaper. So 3 to 4 boxes usually last about a month, and right now I think I still have 2 boxes left over from previous months. I also bought 2 more 3-pound bags of Primal Nuggets for the cats, turkey and sardine on the left and chicken and salmon on the right. We've completely gone through all of the Primal Nuggets that I bought last month. I still have the Nature's Variety Instinct Raw Bites. I have not been going through the frozen raw food as fast as I normally do because I had quite a bit of unexpected travel during the month of June, especially over the past few weeks. And when I'm away for like 24 to 48 hours, the cats eat out of their automatic feeders and they get the freeze-dried raw and crunchies. So the frozen raw has been lasting longer than it normally would. And I picked up another bag of this Stella & Chewy's Sealicious Salmon and Cod freeze-dried dinner morsels for the cats, especially Boo. This is his absolute favorite, and this is what I put in his automatic feeder if I'm away. Also, he does like this as a topping on his regular meals. I'll take 1 or 2 of these and I'll crumble them up on top of his meals, and he likes that. He even likes that more than crunchies right now. So I had to get another bag of this. We went through all of the other bags of this that I had on hand. So hopefully this should last a while. This was the larger bag. This was an 8-ounce bag, I believe. And then I also saw this for the first time. It looked really interesting, so I thought the cats could try it. This is Ziwi Peak Gently Air-Dried New Zealand Free-Range Chicken Recipe. And this is complete and balanced small batch cat food. And they are supposed to be kind of like crunchies, but can you see what they look like? They kind of look more like treats. So I'm thinking maybe the cats would like these instead of crunchies as a treat at night. Or it could be something they look forward to in their automatic feeders, or something to use as a food topper. On the back, it says no rendered meals, no growth promotants or hormones added, no grains, rice, soy, or potatoes. Sourced from ethical New Zealand farms, New Zealand green mussel, air-dried nutrition. And when I read the ingredients on the side, they look good. Chicken, chicken liver, chicken heart, New Zealand green mussel, chicken bone, lecithin, inulin, and then a bunch of minerals and vitamins. So I'll be curious to see if the cats like these. Then I also bought this catnip spray because I saw it and I was like, I don't think the cats have ever had a catnip spray. They've had dried catnip, they've had fresh catnip. I have a bunch of fresh catnip growing in the yard, but I don't think they've ever had a catnip spray. It says it's a super concentrated liquid catnip. The only ingredient in here is catnip. I'm assuming maybe with some water. And I'm curious to see how the cats react to this. They only had 2 left. And I'm wondering if maybe I spray their toys with this, they'd like to play with the toys more, or if I spray their play rug, maybe they would like to roll around on the rug more. What happens is that when I give them some catnip, they just want to eat it. They want to eat it and then they just want to chill out. And even if I take their toys and kind of marinate their toys in catnip, they're not really interested in them. They just want to like eat whatever catnip residue is on the toys and just chill out. So I'm just curious to see if maybe they have a different reaction to liquid catnip. And then this is the last thing that I bought. This is a licky mat. I've never seen this before. This is for dogs. It says entertain and reduce stress, anxiety, and boredom with a licky mat. It says it's great for all sizes and breeds, including puppies and chewers. And this is like it's almost like a hard silicone. This is what the back looks like. It's like plastic. It says reduce anxiety, stress, and boredom, promote fresh breath, healthy teeth and gums, slow down eating, reduce bloat risk, great for snack or full meal, stimulate saliva to aid digestive health, redirect all licking habits, good or bad, safe alternative for your dog to lick, reduce crate training time. So according to their suggestions, you're supposed to take like a soft treat, like yogurt, peanut butter, cottage cheese, pureed fruit or vegetables, baby food. This is for dogs, not for cats. So those are items I wouldn't give to a cat. So they say you take a soft food for a dog. I guess you put it all over the plate and then the dog will lick it because it's in these little compartments. But I thought of Boo when I saw this because he eats his crunchies so fast. Like if I give Boo some crunchies, some dried cat food, he'll eat them so fast. But what I'm thinking is, if I put one individual crunchie in each compartment, it's going to take him a long time to eat that, or it should take him longer to eat that than he normally does when he just, you know, inhales them. So I'm curious to see if this will work for him. And if not for him, maybe one of the other cats will like it. And if they do, then I could go back and buy more of these. They had quite a few of them. And this was like $17.99, so I didn't want to buy like 4 of them if none of the cats like them. I figured, let me start with one. And if it works, great. And if not, I tried. And so that is our cat supply haul for this month. I'd like to thank everyone who sent Petco gift cards to the cats. I got all of the cat litter at Petco. And I would like to thank our monthly Patreons because it was their generous support that helped to pay for everything else that I purchased. The frozen raw food for the cats, the freeze-dried raw, the Ziwi Peak dry food for the cats, the catnip spray, and this licky mat. Thank you guys so much. Look. There's a raccoon in the tree. Oh my gosh.
Stella, Splash, Simba, Hydrox, Ditto, and Boo. The Lucky Ferals.
It's 6 p.m. and look at what's going on downstairs. I'm trying to teach the cats to eat on their own placemats facing the wall. Looks like Splash finished his. He's trying to eat Stella's. I had to coax Boo to eat his because he wanted to eat on the steps. But if I can get them to eat this way, I think it'll be better than having like the round platter in the middle of the walkway down there and their plates all over the place. Because a lot of times they won't eat on the platter. I have to move their plate off the platter. And I'm thinking, this could work. We'll see how it goes. I found these placemats. I had these downstairs. They're lucky. They're lucky placemats. I probably got them at the Christmas tree shop a year or 2 ago around St. Patrick's Day. I thought they were appropriate for the Lucky Ferals. So the cats are eating their food. Boo's gonna be the one with the issue because he normally doesn't finish his food downstairs. He likes to finish his food upstairs because he's spoiled like that. See? See? Where you going, Boo? But I'm thinking that if the cats will eat this way over time, they're all gonna have their spot. Like right now, they don't really have a spot because it's the first time I'm feeding them like this. But when I give them crunchies upstairs on their play rug, they each have their spot. Like they sit in their certain spot when they get their crunchies. And I'm thinking that's what will happen here. Like they'll choose their location and then, you know, they'll have ownership on their spot. So we'll see. Splash just kind of made his way down the line and Simba's going back to where Splash was eating originally. So upstairs on the play rug, the order is Boo, Simba, Stella, Splash. Like that's kind of how they get their crunchies. And it's really interesting that that's how they set themselves up down here. When they were eating, it was Boo, Simba, Stella, Splash. And then Splash and Stella kind of mixed places. And I got to pick up Boo's food before Splash eats it. So these were in a closet. That's why they're not perfectly flat, because they were not stored perfectly flat. I'm hoping over time they will flatten themselves out. But by putting the plates and the placemats against the wall, then this whole area is cleared out and I don't have to walk around plates and platter and stuff. So we'll see how that goes. It's about 9:30 a.m. I slept in today and Stella jumped on the bed for some pets. She's been laying next to me as I get some extra sleep. Look at her eyelashes. Do you see Stella's eyelashes? Look how long her eyelashes are. Stella, you got nice, pretty long eyelashes. She's a pretty girl, right, Stella? With your long eyelashes. She's so happy. Stella's so white and fluffy. You're white and fluffy, Stella. It's about 11 a.m. The cats are having a brunch, and they're having some homemade raw food with a few crunchies on top. Boo has some canned food mixed in also. And this is the second meal that I've been trying to train the cats to eat here. And it took a lot of wrangling to get this many eating. Boo's upstairs because he decided he's just going to eat upstairs. So we'll see what happens if he comes back down. So there was quite a bit of shifting around. First, Stella wanted to eat here. Then she decided she was going to eat there. And then she started eating here, but Simba's food was here. So then I had to swap these plates. And then Simba didn't want to eat until I put some sardines on his, some dried sardines. So now they're eating. So it looks like this might be their preferred seating order, which would be Boo, Simba, Stella, Splash. This is the order that they chose yesterday. But normally what happens is I have to put Boo's food down first, then Stella's food, then Simba's food, and then Splash's food. That's like their pecking order. That's how I have to give them crunchies in that order. And if I don't give them crunchies in that order, then they get mad and eat each other's food. So what I'll do next time is I'll put Boo's food down here, then I'll put Stella's food down, then I'll put Simba's food, then Splash's. Because what I did was I just wanted to go down the line. I was like, Boo, Stella, Simba, Splash, and it didn't work. So 3 out of 4 is not bad, right? And there's Boo. He's on top of the steps. I don't know what he was doing this morning, but he was running around the house like a crazy person. He had the zoomies really bad. And then this morning, the cats all got brushed, and then he attacked somebody. I don't know if he attacked Simba or Stella, but I brushed all 3 of the cats in the living room. I walked out of the room. Next thing I know, there's a fight. So he's just been in some kind of weird mood this morning. It is 7:45 p.m. I forgot to defrost raw food for the cats, so they're having some canned food. They're having a can of the Wellness chicken and lobster, which Ditto did not like that one for some reason. He loved fresh lobster, but he didn't like the Wellness chicken and lobster. And Boo went straight for the food, but Boo was eating here originally, and Stella went straight for that one. And I had to put Simba near this one. Splash, he doesn't want to eat any of them. Boo just came upstairs, maybe because I'm talking to you from up here. And Boo probably wants to eat in the living room with his Stella and Chewy's freeze-dried topper, because he's now addicted to that. That's his favorite thing. So I'm going to grab his plate, bring it upstairs, and maybe Splash will go and eat something. Splash, go eat your food. Go eat your food, Splash. You could do it. You could do it. Don't be afraid of the placemats, okay? Give me a good scratch. Good scritchy scratchy. I just realized that I have the wide angle lens on right now. So if it looks a little weird, that's why. I'm really close to Splash right now. No more pets or no? You done? It's 9:37 p.m. I don't know what is going on. I was just in the kitchen about to prepare some ice cream from frozen bananas, and Boo went running through the kitchen and running downstairs, and he normally does not do that. So I followed him, and he went straight to the top of the cat tower downstairs where he was looking out the window. I was like, what is he looking at? So I came up here and I looked at this window and I don't see anything. Plus there are no lights on outside, so there's a motion activated light. But he sees something. I don't know what he sees. But there are several motion activated lights outside and none of them are on. So what he's been doing is he's been running back and forth between this window and then he's going downstairs and he's looking out of the window on top of the cat tower. It's really strange. But he's doing his job, because that's Boo's job. To look out the windows and let me know what's going on. It's 5:30 p.m. I'm just about to feed the cats dinner. I came downstairs and I found this. So someone had a hairball. I'm hoping it was Simba, because maybe that's why he's had an upset stomach. And maybe now that he passed this, he'll be feeling better. I went to PetSmart earlier today and I bought 2 more bottles of this Nature's Miracle Advanced Stain and Odor Eliminator because I don't have any left in the house. And it was buy one, get one half off. So thank you to everyone who has sent in PetSmart gift cards to the cats. Can you see this? I just found a white whisker near where the hairball was. So I would think this would be either Stella or Splash. Now, Stella did not want to eat much of her breakfast this morning, so I'm wondering if maybe Stella had the hairball. Look who's waiting on her placemat. Stella's waiting for her dinner. She's sitting on her placemat. So when the cats get crunchies upstairs, she sits on her little crunchy plate. If they're getting a little paper plate, she'll sit on that. If they're getting like a coffee filter, she'll sit on that. If they're getting a ceramic crunchy plate, she'll sit on that. So right now she's sitting on her placemat. And Simba's hitting the camera. You hungry, Simba? You want to eat something? Simba says he's hungry. He wants to eat something. You hungry? There's Boo. He's on top of the steps. You can only see like a silhouette of him because there's light coming in the back door. The cats are having dinner on their new licky mats. They're having homemade raw food, and Boo has some canned food mixed into his. And I split a squeeze up 4 ways as a topper just to give them the idea that they have to lick the food. And there's a few crunchies on each plate also. Looks like Simba just picked out a piece of chicken. See what Simba did? So there's some chunks of meat in the homemade raw food. And that's what Simba just picked out. Notice how they've made their selection with regards to placement. It seems that this is the order they like eating in. It's actually very similar to the order that they ate in when they were living outside, when Splash and Simba were kittens, because Boo and Stella would eat opposite each other on the party platter, and Simba and Splash would eat in between them. Simba would eat in between Boo and Stella, and Splash would eat opposite him in between Stella and Boo. And this is the same exact order that they like to eat their crunchies in upstairs. I think I mentioned that earlier. Just eat your food. Eat your food. And it seems that this is slowing them down because by now, Splash would have, swallowed his food and ran upstairs. And it looks like he's still eating pretty fast. Splash is practically done already. But they've taken to these plates really quickly. And I gave them a little less dinner than they normally have. So I saved the rest of the raw food for their snack time later. So I'll give them like a little bit, maybe like 1/4 of the portion of raw that they normally get. So Splash ate his food. Stella's working on hers. So I'm glad she has an appetite, and I'm glad Simba has an appetite, because Simba threw up his breakfast and Stella really did not eat much breakfast at all. Is she gonna leave some food on her plate? She's smelling Splash's butt. So the white whiskers come from either Splash or Stella. And Simba's still working on his, so that's good. I'm glad it's slowing him down. They still eat pretty fast though. And Boo's eating his. He's not eating on the steps nearly as much as he was prior to these plates. What I have to do though with him is I just pick him up and I put him next to the plate. And he's been eating when I do that. Sometimes he doesn't finish it and I have to bring it upstairs and he'll eat it upstairs, the rest of it. But so far, the fact that he's eating any on these placemats is good. Now Boo normally takes the longest to eat his food because he does lick it more so than the other cats do. But they did a good job. I know Simba's gonna go and try to clear off Stella's plate. So I did wash these before I gave them to the cats, and I did try these out earlier with squeeze ups for the cats, and they're not that difficult to wash these. I mean, they do take a little bit longer than just a regular plate because they have so many little crevices, but overall, they're not that much more difficult. They will be more time consuming, obviously, than paper plates, because when I give the cats paper plates, I just pick them up and throw them out. But if this will avoid some of the vomiting from the cats eating too much or too fast, then it's worth it. Right, Simba? Simba, did you enjoy your dinner? He said he enjoyed it. Boo hears something outside. I could hear my neighbors yelling. And also there's been a lot of construction going on next door. They're totally renovating the house next door. And I wish they would just hurry up and finish it because it's been going on for quite some time now. They have a very small crew doing it. It's usually only like 2 people a day. Maybe it'll be 3 or 4 people a day. But it's been taking a really long time, and it's a lot of banging and power tools and noises, and the cats really don't like it. So anytime they hear something, they're kind of on alert. It's about 9:15 p.m. and tonight the cats are getting their crunchy snacks on these licky mats. So here's what's going on. This is a little bit of homemade raw food that was left over from dinner. They're all getting, that's about 1 tablespoon each, except for Boo. Except for Boo, he's getting some canned food. Then they're getting 4 Temptations treats that are left over from the 4th of July. They're getting 1 of the Stella and Chewy's freeze-dried cod nuggets. I've split it in 2. And then they're just getting a few crunchies. So we'll see how they do with this. Here's Boo, he's waiting. Okay, so here are the cats. Simba and Boo were a little bit confused when I put the first 2 plates down, but they figured it out. Splash is almost done with his already. Splash eats so fast. go over, Simba. That's not yours. That's not yours.
Okay, you finish it, Stella. You finish your food, Stella. Finish your food, Stella. Go ahead, Stella. Yeah.
Here's crunchies. It's 3:20 p.m. Look at what's going on out here. So the other day I bought more birdseed. I bought the kind with fruit and nuts in it. And then they also had like a squirrel feed. It was called a critter feed, which is a lot of dried corn and then some other things. And I forget what the other things are. And the squirrels have really been enjoying that. And they've been sharing it with the birds also, so far everyone's getting along. I have to go outside and bring a few things in because it looks like it's going to start raining soon. So he's going to have to take a little break from his snack. It almost looks like a little table for squirrels. It's 10:06 p.m. I just walked into Boo's room because I was going to open the window. There's a black cat on the patio. It was drinking some water. That's what Boo's been watching. So on the patio, there's this white tub of water. I don't know if you could see it because it's really dark and I have the exposure cranked on the camera. But today I filled it up with fresh water, and when I came in to open the window, the cat was sitting next to the water bowl just looking at me, and it was looking at Boo. So that's what Boo's been watching for at night. He must be watching for the cats that come through. I wonder if it's one of his relatives. Boo, who is that cat? Boo, who is that cat? Who's that cat? Is that one of your relatives? Is it a cousin? Is it a niece or a nephew? How do you know that cat? Is that one of your new girlfriends? It's about 7:15 a.m. Good morning, Simba. What you been watching outside? Watching the birds and the squirrels? You feeling good today, Simba? Last night, the cats had treats on their licky mats. So they had some of their homemade raw food because I didn't give them their full amount at dinner. And then I had some roasted turkey in the refrigerator, so they each had a little bit of roasted turkey. And then they had some crunchies. Was that good, Simba? They're still trying to figure out those licky mats with regards to snack time and crunchies. Sometimes they're like, don't make me do all this work just to get my food, but it's good because it slows them down with regards to their eating. Right, Simba? We're getting a nice cool breeze from the window right now because I have the attic fan on and it pulls all the cool outside air in. How you doing, Boo? You got sleepers in your eyes? is 7:20 a.m. Look at what's going on here. Splash and Simba are watching the birds and squirrels together. There's still some seed out from yesterday. Yesterday afternoon, I put some seed out for the birds and some of the dried corn mix for the squirrels. So there's still animals out this morning eating some of it. And here's Stella. Stella got lots of pets this morning. She jumped on the bed and got pets. So yesterday was weigh day for the cats, and Stella and Simba both lost 0.2 pounds since last week. So that's good. It's a very slow but steady weight loss for them, right, Stella? They'll be the same weight for a few weeks, and then they'll drop 0.2 pounds. Sometimes Stella might gain 0.2 pounds because if I don't watch her very closely with regards to eating everyone's food, then that might happen. But over this past week, I've been really monitoring all of the food intake. Like when I give the cats food, I have to literally stand there and watch who's eating what to make sure that somebody is not eating double servings. It's 12 p.m. I just came inside from doing 2 hours of yard work. And look at what's going on here. Stella, Boo, and Simba, all three are laying on the bed. It's okay, Boo. You go back to your nap. It's going to be another hot day today. It's really dry in the yard. I just made sure everything was watered. I had to trim some of the hedges. I've been trying to do any outside work early in the day because around 11 a.m. it starts getting really hot. So I make sure that I'm done with whatever I need to do by 12 before the really hottest part of the day. I just need to go and put the sprinklers on. I should have put them on earlier in the morning, but I'll go put them on now for a little while. It's still earlier in the day. And there's Splash. I'm taking a walk and look at what I just came across. It's a mama deer and her baby. It's a little Bambi deer. I don't want to disturb it. I don't want to scare it either. There's a car coming. It's about 8:30 p.m. and I was just in the greenhouse. I was cleaning up some stuff. I was wiping down the table and chairs. It's a mess again because I spilled some dirt, because what happened was I was standing in here, the door's wide open, and all of a sudden a little baby raccoon, like not a tiny baby, like maybe like a teenage raccoon, I just see it start walking up to me and it's like making noise. It's way over there. It's way over there in the tree. Here it is. See it? All right, I don't need to. You see the raccoon? First of all, it's still light out, so I'm not really comfortable with raccoons walking around. And, I mean, it is exhibiting a little bit weird behavior, so that's why I don't want to stay out here with it. But part of me thinks maybe it's just looking for food. Maybe it's lost. I don't want to chance anything. But it was so cute, and it was making like, they kind of make like a crying noise. Well, there it is. It's going up the tree. Guys, can you see it? Look at this. Can you see it? See it? Oh my gosh, guys, look. There's a raccoon in the tree. Oh my gosh. I can't zoom in any farther. Whoa. I'm gonna go see if I can get my other camera. Okay, I just grabbed the other camera. This will zoom in better. Wow, that is so crazy. The way it was just hanging out up there. I would never notice it if the other one wasn't like making noise at me. What do you call, like, it wasn't like raccoon chatter. I don't know what you call the noises raccoons make. They're really cute little raccoons. Thing's trying to get down now, poor thing. The other one just walked through the yard and went under the fence. So what's going on right now is the other side of this fence is a construction zone. So the house next door to me is under complete renovation, and the backyard is just a giant pile of debris. And I don't think it's safe for any animals to be around, so hopefully the raccoons are staying away from the debris, but pretty much the entire backyard is just piles and piles of debris. This is what's left of the birdseed and the squirrel food. The birds ate all the birdseed. The dried corn is the squirrel food. And then I found a bunch of pumpkin seeds in my refrigerator. And I mean, they've been in there for years. They had an expiration date of, you know, like 2020. So I was like, okay, I'll just put them out and see if any of the animals want them. So the pumpkin seeds are there also. I don't know if pumpkin seeds go bad in a refrigerator. I know, like, you could freeze nuts. They last for quite a while. I don't know how long they last in a refrigerator. It's 9:12 a.m. There's birds outside waiting for me to put some bird seed out. I'm not going to put it out yet. I have to go outside and do some yard work. But when I'm done, then I'll put some bird seed out for them. Boo likes to take a flying leap from the shelves by the window to the day sofa. That's his favorite thing. Right, Boo? You want pets? So today's fish day. The cats had fish for breakfast, right, Boo? And Boo's been watching the birds. The cats love to watch the birds on the patio. It's 4:26 p.m. Let's check on the cats. So Stella, Splash, and Simba are laying on the bed. They're nice and cool. I just put the air on about an hour ago because it's really hot today. And it looks like they're having a good time. It looks like they're relaxing. And here's Boo. He's on his day sofa. This is his favorite spot. He loves his room. He loves this day sofa. And he really, really likes everything now that it's been rearranged. The only thing he wishes is that he wishes I spent more time in this room with him, which I would like to do, but I've been trapped with work all day. I don't know if I showed this to you yet, but you see this floor mat? It says Peekaboo, and it looks like Boo on it. I got that at a Kmart a few years ago, before they all started going out of business. One Halloween season, they had a whole bunch of Peekaboo merchandise. And when I saw it, I was like, wow, that is so perfect for Boo. So I got a few of those. Those are like kitchen mats, you know, the really soft kitchen mats. So I put it there because the cats like jumping off of the shelves. And I thought it would just, you know, be softer for them to jump down on. But thankfully, they've been using this cat tower here. So they'll jump from the shelves to the cat tower and down that way. Or what Boo likes to do is he likes to take a flying leap from here over to here. That's one of his favorite things to do now. He loves seeing how far he can jump. Right, Boo? Right. So what you been doing today, Boo? You been relaxing? He's been relaxing. He woke up a little while ago. He drank some water. He looked at the birds outside. And they're going to get their dinner soon. Okay, Boo. It's about 8 p.m. and I'm outside. I was shutting the greenhouse for the day, and look at this. I'm super zoomed in right now, so everything is kind of shaky. But yeah, I don't know if that's an all black cat or a tabby or what, but Boo is running from window to window, and usually when he does that, it's because he's seen a cat outside. So I guess maybe he saw this cat walk through the patio area, but right now it's just relaxing in my front yard. It's relaxing underneath a bush near the front of my house. And that's where Ditto used to hang out. He used to like to hang out in this area. I guess it's comfortable for cats. I also think they get a nice breeze because there's a breeze that I'm getting right now, like down the side of the house. So they probably get a nice breeze there also. I don't want to scare it. I'll just let it hang out. It looks like it might be a black cat. It looks pretty content. Today I put out a whole bunch of bird seed and squirrel food, and it's all gone. They had a really good time today. And there's Boo by the back door. He's looking for something. He's looking for a cat. Let me show you a sneaky way to get a supplement into a cat.
Stella, Splash, Simba, Hydrox, Ditto, and Boo. The Lucky Ferals.
So there's a little bit of Laxatone because I'm pretty sure Simba has a hairball. And he just had some like this. So what I did was I put it on the edge of a squeeze up, and then I squeezed the squeeze up, and he was licking the squeeze up. And then after a few licks, I turned it around and he was licking the squeeze up, but he licked it off this squeeze up tube at the same time. So I was able to get it into him that way, because if I put this on his paws or his nose, he doesn't like me doing it. A lot of times he doesn't let me do it. And then he'll run around the house and wipe it off, like wherever he can wipe it off. So I found that this is a good method of doing that. So let's see if he'll take the rest of this. Here's some another squeezy. Yeah. Good. There you go. Yeah. Did he lick it? He got about half of it so far. Here's some. Yeah. See, the problem is when I tore this open, only this right side has squeeze up coming out of it. I should have tore it a little lower, and then squeeze up would be coming out of the middle also, and it would be easier for him to lick the entire thing. There's just a little bit left on top. Here, I'll hold it on an angle, so maybe it'll go down that way. There's just a little bit left on the outside. What if I turn it this way? There it goes more toward the end. Yeah, but look, he pretty much got almost all of it. Good job. So now I got it all. Now we just licked it. The cats don't like the flavor of it. Here you go, there's more. They like the squeeze up flavor. They don't like the flavor of like Laxatone. You could also do that with like coconut oil, but it's so hot today, the coconut oil is just completely liquid. And they did have some fish oil with their breakfast. I think Stella has a hair bowl also, so I should do this for her too. Here you go. Okay, good job, Simba.
Stella, Splash, Simba, Hydrox, Ditto, and Boo. The Lucky Ferals.
Good morning, Simba. It's about 10 a.m. and the cats had breakfast a little while ago. And I wanted to talk about Simba because Simba is the best vomiter in the house, right, Simba? And the reason why is because he howls before he vomits. So it's like he announces to the whole house, I'm gonna be sick, I'm gonna throw up, and he gives you warning. So today I was relaxing on the bed and I was looking at something on my iPad, and all of a sudden I heard the howl and I was like, uh-oh, there goes Simba, he's ready to vomit. So I ran out of my room down the hallway, and there he was on the rug in the hallway, you know, making that pumping noise. I immediately was able to pick him up and move him over about 2 feet. He didn't need to go far. I didn't need to pick him up off the ground very far. I just kind of gently picked him like an inch or two off the ground, moved him off the rug, and then he vomited on the floor, which made me really happy. But you have to remember, when a cat vomits, it's not just once. It's at least twice, if not 3 times. They want to make sure everything gets out of their stomach if they're having issues. So he then moved into the kitchen, and it looked like he was going to vomit on the shelf because I have like a low shelf. That's like it's like a baker's rack, and the bottom shelf is really low. And when I saw that, I was like, oh no, I don't need to clean that up. So I was able to once again move him over, so he was just gonna vomit on the floor. And I thought he was done at that point, but what he then did was he ran downstairs, which is another thing that he likes to do. When Simba vomits, he likes to go downstairs and do it. And he went downstairs, and thankfully on the tile floor, not on the rug, on the tile floor, he finished emptying his stomach, whatever was bothering him in there. So then I was able to clean it up so much easier because it was on the floor and not on the rug. So I just wanted to give Simba credit for that. Simba, you're a really good boy. You're a really good cat, because you do let me know when you are having tummy troubles, and I'm then able to redirect that onto a surface that is easier to clean. So good job. And afterward, a little while later, he had a churu. He ate it, no problem. He's been acting normal. So that's what you always want to look for. If a cat's vomiting, you always want to look at what they're doing. Are they acting abnormal? Are they hiding? Are they lethargic? Do they have diarrhea also? Like, you want to look for other symptoms. If you don't see any other symptoms or any other strange behaviors, chances are with a cat that it could be a hairball, or, you know, Simba has a tendency to eat too fast or eat too much. Now, I did monitor the cats when they were eating this morning, and I actually separated their food. So first they had like half their breakfast, and then maybe 10 minutes later they had the other half of their breakfast, which maybe that wasn't long enough. Maybe I should have waited longer with that. And I also made sure that their food was spread out like farther on the plates. I did not use the licky mats, which is my mistake. I should have done that. I just used a regular plate, but I made sure that the food was well separated on the plate, but I guess that wasn't good enough. I think I'm definitely going to cut back on the breakfast portions because it's a pattern with Simba. He doesn't do this after dinner. He doesn't do this after crunchies. He only does this in the morning. So I have to just make some adjustments to their breakfast schedule. How you feeling, Simba? You okay? He's watching. I have to go put bird seed out for the birds and some squirrel food out, and then the cats will be really happy. I also have to go and water everything. The entire yard is so dry. We've gotten hardly any rain over the past few weeks. I've been putting the sprinklers on my lawn, and even my lawn is like turning all brown. So I have to go outside and make sure all the plants have water. I have to make sure that there's water out for the animals. The cats inside have water. They have food. They got brushed. So they're doing good. And right now it's not too hot out. So later on, if it gets much hotter, I'm going to shut the windows and put the air on. But right now, they really enjoy the fresh air. Right, Simba? And here's Boo. Boo is hanging out on his day sofa. So Boo has been finishing his breakfast in his room. So he'll eat it downstairs with the other cats, and he'll only usually eat about half of it. Then he wants to eat the rest up here. So what I've been doing is I've been putting it on the floor in his room and then shutting the door. So that way none of the other cats could steal his food. And that seems to be working okay because he likes that. He doesn't try to run out of the room. And then I'll give him usually around 15 minutes. And then when I open the door, he's usually eating the food by then. How you doing, Boo? How you doing, Boo? You okay? He's telling me he wants pets there. He wants me to pet his cheeks. He loves it when I rub his ears, like the base of his ears. You gonna fall? You gonna fall off? Like, I don't know if you could see it, but he loves when I massage the base of his ears. He's saying, pet me, pet me, pet me. Boo, I gotta go outside and give everything water. And then I'll put some food out so that you could watch the birds and the squirrels. Is that okay? It is mail time. The cats got some mail. Let's open it up and see what they got. What is this? It says it's a festival cat apron. Oh, there's 2 of them? Oh, there's 3 of them? Let's open it up. Let's check it out. Isn't that cute? It's an apron, you know, like the kind you wear if you're cooking and you don't want to get your clothes all dirty. And there's cats. There's 4 cats on it. That one kind of looks like Boo. And then there's a brown cat and a green cat and a blue cat. And it says meow, meow, meow. And it has a bunch of paw prints. That's really cute. So I'm assuming since there's 3 of them, one is for me, One is for Grandma and one is for Grandpa. That is very, very nice. I don't know who sent these to the cats. It says these came from Greater Good in Allendale, Michigan, from the Animal Rescue Site store. So that's really cool. But thank you so much to whoever sent these aprons. This will definitely be put to good use when I make raw cat food for the cats. I always wear some kind of apron or smock or something. So thank you so much. Hey guys, I found it on the paperwork. It says, Dear Ms. Lucky Ferals and Grandma and Grandpa Lucky Ferals, I hope you enjoyed the cat aprons from Janet Stemper. Thank you so much, Janet, for these aprons. They are adorable, and yes, we will definitely enjoy using these aprons. It was so nice of you to think of us. We hope you're doing well. It's 5:49 p.m. There's Stella. Can you see what she's looking at? There's a bird sitting on the back step. There's Stella. And there's the bird. And here's Boo Boo's bird watching from his window. So what I wanted to do today was put my GoPro outside near the bird feeder and record videos of the birds and the squirrels eating. The problem was there was a lot of music being played outside by one of my neighbors. I don't know if it's still being played. I can't hear it from here, but when I went outside, I could hear it very clearly, and I was like, that's not gonna be any good. I'll get a copyright strike if I use that footage. So maybe I'll look outside and see if I need to put some more bird seed out. Look at Boo though. He's really interested. It's 8:45 p.m. I just walked into the kitchen. Do you see what's going on? There's a cat on the other side of the door. I don't want to scare it, but Splash has been talking to the cat. I don't know if the cat was meowing or Splash was meowing. I can't believe the cat was right at the back door with Splash. If I move, Splash is going to get scared. Oh my gosh, guys, look. Is that the same cat? Is this the cat that was at the back door? There's hardly any water in that tub. This looks like a black cat, but it just could be the lighting. Let me crank the exposure. Is this the cat? I feel bad. There's hardly any water there, and it's really low, and this cat's looking really skinny. I'm wondering if I should put some food out for it. If I go out, it's probably going to get scared away. But I have to remind myself that even though I would put out tons of fresh water for Ditto and Hydrox, Ditto always preferred to drink dirty water. This cat's not looking too happy. I can't believe it was right at the back door with Splash. I don't know how long they were hanging out together. It's really hot out. The poor thing is thirsty. I'm not sure which cat this is because Cheetah, lynx, or savannah, I haven't decided on a name yet, has like a bushy tail, and this cat really doesn't have a bushy tail from what I could see right now. There's a bug crawling on the back door window. I wonder which cat this is. Maybe it's not any of the cats that I've been seeing. Is this the blotchy cat? I'm in Boo's room right now, and here come some raccoons. So the cat walked off. I don't know where the cat went. And I have to remind myself that if I put food out for that cat, it's going to be here every day. And it's going to want to establish a relationship with me. Like, it's going to want food on a regular basis. And it'll probably move on to the patio. And then there we go again with another cat. So we'll see what happens. I don't know what Splash was saying to it, if Splash was inviting it in or over or what. But anyway, here's two little raccoons. I don't know if these are the two raccoons I saw the other day. These look a little bit bigger, but I could be wrong. So what they're eating appears to be the dried corn that I put out for the squirrels. I don't know if raccoons eat that. But I bought it at Lowe's. It was like squirrel food. I don't know, critter food. I forget what they call it. Oh, look. Look at this. There's another one. So there's 3 now. Boo's here with me, by the way. They look like they're all about the same age. I'm sorry, it's really dark. I have the exposure cranked on this camera. And I just happened to have this camera on the kitchen table. And I just grabbed it really fast when I saw what Splash was doing. So it looks like these raccoons are happy. I did not know that they ate dried corn. Look at this. It's 9:20. Look at this. These are the babies. And there's another one back there. I don't know if these are the same ones that were eating from the feeder, but these are the ones that saw me in the greenhouse. And what happened was I just took some garbage out to the garbage can. My garbage cans are near my driveway, so I have to walk through the patio. I have to walk that way through the patio to get to them. And then I just came inside and I went downstairs, and I was literally coming up the stairs and I saw the 2 babies at the back door. I don't know what is going on with animals at the back door tonight. It was a full moon 3 days ago. Not that that has anything to do with it, but I just find it very strange that, you know, one of the cats was at the back door talking to Splash. Never happened before. And then the baby raccoon showed up at the back door. Never happened before. And thankfully, I decided to shut the door, because when I came in from taking the garbage out, the door did not shut all the way. And I remember thinking to myself, I better pull it shut. And thankfully I did, because if I didn't pull it shut all the way, who knows, maybe one of the raccoons would have walked in. You know, these are little babies, they don't really know. So they're eating the corn. I don't know if these are the same 3 that were here earlier. These look smaller to me than the ones that were here earlier. Also, what happened is the ones that were here earlier, they dumped the water out of that white tub. See all the wet on the patio? See all that wetness on the patio? Yeah, all the water that was in the tub, it wasn't much. They dumped it. And what I was going to do is I was going to bring a pitcher of water out and put it in that white tub. That's what I was coming up the stairs to do. I have a plastic pitcher under my kitchen sink. But now I'm not going to do that because there's still raccoons walking around. I don't mind if they eat the corn there. It doesn't bother me. It's about 9:30 p.m. and I just went outside and I put a gallon of fresh water in that white tub. So if anyone wants to come back and drink some water, there's some fresh water in it. There was hardly any water left in it, and what was left in there was really dirty. So I first rinsed it out, then I put the water in. It's about 7 p.m. I'm just about to feed the cats their dinner, and I was walking up the steps, and the two little doves were by the back door again. None of the cats were talking to them, like Stella was looking at the dove yesterday, but I wanted to film them for you, and now they're gone. I think maybe they wanted some more bird seed. So there's Simba. He thinks they're getting dinner downstairs, but they're gonna get dinner on the play rug because they're gonna get dinner in the crunchy feeders today. They should like that for a change. But I wanted to mention something. So I just spent the past few hours editing a video. I'm working on a vlog video, and I filmed it with this camera. And what I noticed is that if I'm zoomed out on this camera, then the microphone is okay. And if I have the wide angle lens on this camera, then the microphone is okay. But if I zoom in on this camera, then the sound is horrible. The sound gets all muffled. It's really bad. So I found out the reason why is because they have what's known as audio zoom on this camera. So when the camera zooms in, it actually changes the way the microphone works, and it cuts out like extraneous sounds, and the microphone kind of zooms in itself on just a very narrow band of sound. So if I was at a concert, for example, and let's say Simba was where the stage was, if I zoom in like this, then it's going to focus on the sound coming from the stage. And that's why they have that horrible audio zoom feature. Maybe if I use an external microphone, then that would help. But I don't like doing that with these videos because I'm talking from one side of the camera and the cats are on the other side of the camera. So if I use a microphone pointed toward the cats, then you can't hear me. And if I use a microphone pointed toward me, then you can't hear the cats. So it makes it difficult, and I'm just really disappointed with that issue or feature of this camera. Okay, the cats are having a good time. Stella has that touch feeder, Boo has his feeder, and I gave Simba some crunchies on the licky mat. I gave one of the licky mats to Splash, but Splash would rather eat crunchies with Stella. So all the cats are gonna enjoy their dinner. They're having a little crunchy party. It's 9 a.m. and I have two kind of unhappy cats right here because they only got half their breakfast. I'm giving them half of their breakfast now, or, you know, they had it like 10 minutes ago. And they're gonna get the other half of their breakfast in about an hour or so. I have to get ready for my day. The reason why I've been splitting up their breakfast is because Simba's been doing the scarf and barf. Even with the licky mats, he's still managing to scarf and barf. So I'm gonna split it up and we're gonna see what happens. Obviously, I think a hairball is involved because Simba is the fluffiest of the cats. He has, you know, the fluffiest fur. So when I brush the cats, I always get the most cat hair off of him. So I think it's hairball related. Yesterday, I did give him some like hairball medicine. So we'll see if that helped move things through. I've also been putting extra fish oil in their meals to try to help move things through. I need to grow them some cat grass. I haven't had time to do that. So it's been on my list of things to do every day, but you know, hours go by so fast. Here's Simba. I have the windows open this morning. It's already hot and humid outside, but the cats like fresh air. So I'll leave the windows open for a little while and then I'll have to close them. So for the next several days, it's supposed to be really hot here, like in the high 90s. I think over the weekend, we're going to get close to 100. What happened yesterday was Simba was on top of this cat tower and I walked into the room and he saw me. He meowed at me. He took a flying leap onto the bed, ran off the bed, and ran over to me and started howling. And it was the howl that he does right before he's going to vomit. So right away I knew what was happening, and I was able to direct him onto a floor and not a rug, which was really nice. And I actually just kind of held him, like I didn't even have to hold him firmly. I just kind of held him in place where there was a floor and not a rug, because there was no way I was going to be able to grab a paper plate or something to put under him. So I just gently held him so he didn't move away from, you know, where a floor was under him. And he did his vomit. And then, you know, cats like to then, you know, do it again a second or a third time to make sure they get everything up. So then he moved over again, and he was like on the other side of the room, and he was about to puke on my shoes. And I was like, oh no, that's not happening. So once again, I was able to move the shoes, and then I was able to just kind of guide him in a better direction. And so he relieved himself of whatever was upsetting his stomach. And I was able to easily clean it up because it was just on the floor. So it's much better than on a rug. So I really appreciate Simba letting me know he doesn't feel good by howling first, and then, you know, just letting me kind of position him where it's best for me to clean up. You're a good boy, Simba. So far, so good this morning. He only had one primal nugget. We're going to wait a while, and then they'll have the rest of their breakfast. We'll see how that works. It's about 10:20 a.m. It's really hot. It's almost 90 degrees. It's really humid. We're having a heat wave right now, so I'm out in the yard and I'm making sure all the plants are watered and that the birds have water. I'm just about to put some food out for them. See these two birds? They've been hanging out in my yard. They love to come and eat the food that I put out for them. This morning I was watching them drink some of the water that I put out. And I've noticed over the past few days that when I come over to this little backyard area behind my greenhouse, they've been hanging out on the ground in the dirt. Maybe it's been cool for them. So they've made a home in my yard. And there's two of them. And they're best buddies. Maybe they're a couple. I don't know how it works with birds of their species. But they remind me a lot of Hydrox and Ditto. So now instead of two cats in my yard, I have two doves. It's 11:20 a.m. I was just walking past the back door and I saw this. Looks like the groundhog is back to eat some lunch. Meanwhile, there's Splash downstairs cleaning up some leftovers from breakfast. It's fish day today, so the cats had some canned fish. They had the Earthborn Holistic Harbor Harvest and Monterey Medley. And so far, Simba's been good today. He had the food, he ate it, and he's been relaxing. I don't want to jinx anything, but he has not vomited, so that's a good thing. I wonder if this groundhog is the one that ate my tomatoes. Here's Boo. How you doing, Boo? It's 5:45 p.m. I have to go scoop the litter boxes because there's a storm on the way. And I just looked out the back door and I saw this. So this is the bird feeder. Today, I refilled it at least 3 times, if not 4. And look, it's completely empty. So I'm really happy the wildlife are enjoying themselves with this food. I've seen lots of birds today, squirrels, the groundhog. Looks like they're really, really hungry. I hope they're eating it, not just hiding it. I know the birds are eating it, and there's been birds here that I have not seen recently. Like, I think word's getting out that there's food here because like today and yesterday I'm starting to see birds that I don't normally see, so it's kind of interesting. It's 6:38 p.m. Boo's watching birds. That's Boo's tail. It's the two doves. And their names are Grace and Favor. Right, Boo? It looks like all the food's almost gone. I just put some food out a few minutes ago. The storm passed really quickly. It ended up just being some rain, not much storm. And here's Boo. Hey, Boo. Boo's a very happy boy. It cooled down outside a little bit, so I'm gonna open the windows soon. Look at what's going on down here. That's Simba and Splash. Look at Simba's tail. He's really interested in the birds. I'm here with the cats. There's Boo. Hey, Boo. There's Simba. There's Stella. And there's Splash. It's about 9 p.m. right now, so if the lighting looks a little funny, that's why. And I got these Hot Wheel tracks at the Dollar Tree the other day.
Stella, Splash, Simba, Hydrox, Ditto, and Boo. The Lucky Ferals.
Because the cats have this bug toy, and this bug toy is very much like a Hot Wheels car or a Matchbox car because it has like little wheels underneath it, and I thought it would run on one of these tracks. And this bug does not run well on a rug. It only runs on a floor, and I thought the cats would have fun chasing it on a track. Boo likes to chase it on the floor. So they have these, they're $1 for like a piece or a segment. This is the launcher. I don't know if I need this. And then this one is a ramp. So I had very similar tracks when I was growing up. It was like a figure 8, and we also then had like the loop-de-loop, and we played with them a lot. And I remember we'd put a ramp at the end so the car would kind of go up the ramp and then go backwards. So that's why I got this. I thought maybe I'd put it at the end. And then these are just 2 flat tracks. I want to say these tracks are maybe 2 feet long. I didn't measure them, either 18 inches or 2 feet long. And then this one has the loop-de-loop. So it has the one track and you loop it around here. And then this one is 2 more flat tracks. So I thought I would do 2 flat tracks, the loop, and then 2 more flat tracks. And we'll see if the cats like it. They're all watching. These like arms and legs that are not gonna fit. Okay, Stella, you ready? We're gonna test it with a car. I have this Hot Wheels car, or fake Hot Wheels car. Let's see if we could launch it with the launcher. No, it's not fitting in the launcher. I'll try it anyway. Ready, Boo? That didn't work. It didn't go fast enough. The launcher is more narrow than the track. I'm gonna raise this end. Ready, Boo? Ready? All right, let's see how the plane track will work with the bug. Ready? Is Boo gonna go after it? You don't want it, Boo? Okay, you want the ball? Yeah, ready? Stella's already trying to tear the track apart. All right, they like this combination. Who's already losing the ball? Keep it on the track, guys. So this is the ball from the Cat It tracks, and the cats have the Cat It tracks, but they get tired of them after a while. I should probably bring them back out and let the cats play with them. They haven't had it set up in a while, but you know, they do like variety and trying new things. So for a few dollars from the Dollar Tree, I think these tracks are worth it. Okay, come on guys, ready? That was good, came right back. That was just someone parking their car, guys. Guys, it was just someone parking a car. Don't flip out over nothing. Come on, who's playing with me? Come on. Come on, guys. Who's playing with me? The problem is it makes too much noise. Nobody wants it? Get off the track. Simba, you're sitting on the track. Okay. Simba, you're on the track. Simba, your arm's on the track. Simba found a pom-pom. He'd rather play with that. Here, you want to try a pom-pom on the track? Then I'll stay on the track, Simba. Pom-poms don't stay on the track. Want to try a little pom-pom? Nope, they come off the track. The track's crooked, probably. That one stayed on. Let's try this one. Yeah, you want to try the bug again? The bug doesn't go very far. Bug doesn't go far enough. Here, you want to try the car again? The cats and I were playing with this track this morning with that red ball that lights up, and Boo lost it. He knocked it off the track, and then he knocked it around the room, and now we can't find it.
Don't sit on the tracks.
Stella, Splash, Simba, Hydrox, Ditto, and Boo. The Lucky Ferals.
It's 8:08 p.m. I just opened the back door and saw this. So I went back inside to find a camera. And I don't recognize this cat. It looks like a full tabby, so it's not the tabby with the white paws. This is not the tabby that is like the reddish color. This does not look like the tabby that has the blotches. So I'm not sure which tabby this is. And Boo was in a cat tower on the other side of the house, and he just came over here when he heard me turn the camera on. So he's very interested in this cat. He's wagging his tail and looking out the window. Is this the cat with the blotches? No, this is a different cat. I don't know who this is. I don't think I've ever seen this cat before. So Boo just ran around the house to the back door, and I think he got into a bit of a scuffle with Splash. It's 7:45 p.m. That was Splash. He was hanging out by the back door here, and he was talking to somebody outside. Like, when Splash hangs out by this back door, I could tell, like, what he's doing. It was like the other night when he was talking to the cat through the door. I walked into the kitchen. I'm like, who was he talking to? I thought he was talking to the cat again. So I couldn't see anything. I looked out the window. I couldn't see anything. So I went into Boo's room to see what I could see. So I looked out the window, and I was expecting to see a cat or a raccoon, maybe even a groundhog. Did not see any of that. But I saw something really weird just sitting on top of this patio chair. And at first I couldn't figure out what it was. Then I looked at it again, and I was like, it's the blue jay. It was the same blue jay that I used to see with the brown tabby cat. Now, I have not seen that brown tabby cat in quite a while, and I have not seen that blue jay either. And I make sure to put bird seed out for the birds several times a day. And I have seen other blue jays, but not that same kind of squatty, fat blue jay that I used to see with the brown tabby. And the blue jay was perched on top of this chair, like right here. And that's who Splash was talking to. And once I realized that, that's when I went and I grabbed this camera, and I thought I'd walk back into the kitchen and film Splash at the door, but the blue jay flew away, and then Splash moved away from the door. But there's something about that blue jay. That blue jay wants to communicate with cats. It's crazy. And here's Boo. How you doing, Boo? So earlier today, I made a fresh batch of homemade raw food for the cats. So Boo's really happy about that. He had some raw food mixed in with some canned food because that's how he likes it. He likes a little bit of canned food mixed in with his raw food. And it was the first time that I used the paper containers to freeze the frozen raw food. So I had purchased, they're kind of like the paper ice cream containers, like one's a pint container and then the other is a half pint container. So I ended up using probably around 12 of the half pint containers and then a few of the pint containers, and it worked out really, really good because I was able to fill them up, put them in the little freezer downstairs, and they only took up like not even 2 shelves, which is great because normally I would have, like 5 trays full of scoops and they would be freezing and then I would have to bag them and they would take up a lot more room. So the food is much more condensed by freezing it in these paper containers, and hopefully everything will work out okay when I defrost them and then use them for the cats. I think an 8-ounce container will last for 2 meals. So that should work out pretty good. And now that I know that they take up a lot less space, the next time I make homemade raw food for the cats, I could actually make more than I made today. I probably made around 15 pounds of food. And that will usually last the cats about a month if they're eating it like 1 meal a day, which they have been. They're probably going to start eating it more often again, because I found out that the reason why Simba was vomiting was not so much scarf and barf, which is what I thought it was, but it was actually the food he was eating. So the cats have been eating some Primal raw frozen cat food, and they've been eating it fine without any problems for a long time now. And it happened within the past 30 days, so I'm thinking maybe something is different about the new bags of raw food that I bought the last time I purchased. So I usually purchase the commercial raw food for the cats about once a month, and I buy enough to last them a month, so I only have to go to that store once a month. And I figured out that Simba started vomiting within the past few weeks, and I was like, okay, well, what's different? And first I thought he was eating too much too fast, so that's when I started feeding him on the licky mats, but then he was still vomiting. And then I said, okay, I'm only going to give him half his breakfast, and then like an hour or two later I'll give him the other half. And he still vomited. So what I realized was he was only vomiting in the morning. He was not vomiting at night after dinner, and he was not vomiting at night after he ate a snack, like after Crunchies. So I thought it was at first like, oh, maybe he's too hungry in the morning. But then I thought, well, maybe it's the food, because in the morning, that's when he gets the Primal raw. So I switched out the food and I stopped feeding him the Primal raw, and he stopped vomiting. So it's definitely related to the food, because when he has the Stella and Chewy's raw, he doesn't vomit. When he has homemade raw, he doesn't vomit. And when he had canned food, he didn't vomit. So I think something's going on with the Primal raw. In the past, whenever Simba ate food that had beef in it, he would vomit. So like Nature's Variety Instinct Raw came out with a beef version. I think it was like beef and salmon for cats, or beef and cod. It was beef and cod for cats, I believe. And when the cats tried it, Simba ended up vomiting. So I was like, okay, I can't feed him anything with beef in it, because I noticed that's what he did. And another time he had canned food with beef in it, and then he vomited that up. And years ago, probably like 4 or 5 years ago, when I fed the cats the Nature's Variety Instinct Raw Rabbit formula, Splash vomited that food up. It happened a few times, and that's when I figured, okay, it's definitely food connected, because he never vomited when I stopped giving him the food. And then I looked at the ingredients, and there was pork. There was a lot of pork in the ingredients, and I was like, okay, well, that's not right. So I just stopped buying that for the cats, and there were no more issues. So if your cat is dealing with vomiting issues, definitely think about the food, and stop the food or change the food and see if that helps. So like 5 months ago, back in February, when all the cats were sick, all the cats had vomiting and diarrhea, that was traced back to a bag of Crunchies. So I had to throw out all the food in the house, all the raw food, anything that was open, all the Crunchies that were open. And that's when I traced it back to, okay, so the only thing that I had been doing different was I had been giving them some new Crunchies, and that was what was causing the problems. And then I read reviews online, and people said their cats had also had issues with like vomiting and diarrhea when they had the Crunchies. So you have to be very cautious with cat food, or with any kind of pet food in general. With this last experience with Simba, I really don't trust commercial food as much as I used to. So that's why I made homemade raw food today, because the cats have been eating more of it, and they're probably going to start eating more of it now also, because they were getting commercial raw in the morning and then homemade raw at night. But now that Simba is not eating the Primal raw because it's making him vomit, and I don't have more Stella and Chewy's in the house yet, so they're going to get a lot more homemade raw in the near future.
Thank you for watching this Lucky Ferals video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you'd like me to post more videos, and please make sure to check out these other videos that were selected especially for you.